So the NBA lack of competitiveness and low viewership is being blamed on leadership role.
Yep. So I think I don't know if you saw El Mami, but I also saw more. We saw it. I think it was that hockey player that was also talking about how the
Yeah, I
NBA,
know.
yeah, the NBA viewership was going down. He claims that you
Bitch ass
know,
nigga, nobody watch hockey anyway.
yeah, like the nigga head kind of stick up like this a little bit. That nigga got a cone head,
Put that nigga in full Nelson.
full
I want to
Nelson.
put that nigga in the head
I had
mount.
the nigga in full Nelson, so I started swinging
Dog.
this motherfucker to every hammer.
I
You
put the
know?
dick in the
hammer.
He
head
said,
mount.
I said, oh my God, I'm dead.
He
But
said, "Pop,
I
pop,
had the
who?"
nigga in the full Nelson, so I'm swinging this motherfucker left to right.
Swinging my leg this way.
Yeah. So
Dog.
the nigga talk about, he come in there, first of all, hype as shit, like somebody give a fuck. Talking about, we didn't have that issue when Mike played. We didn't have this issue when Kobe played. And, and right now the leadership role, nigga, just say it. You dick eating, you on LeBron dick. Just say it. You just trying to say LeBron and, bro, come on, cut it out. And then he's saying that, I do agree with some of the things that he said in terms of like being competitive and things like that. But compared to hockey, they fight. Basketball, they're not boxing, bro. We here to hoop. So I think like, yes, the competitiveness in the NBA is low, and which also I feel like causes the viewership to go to decrease. But I don't think it's a
But I
leadership
thought,
role. I don't think it's the leadership role. I think it's like the NBA as a whole, and I think it's the culture of the NBA is not what it used to be.
yeah, like LeBron's just gonna go knock on everybody's door and ask some nigga to play harder. Like, what does that have to do
The
with
nigga
his
worry about his
leadership?
son, nigga. But Alman, what you
I don't know.
think?
I think it's super interesting when like athletes from a different sport decide to speak on like basketball when you're a hockey player, right? Because the dude might have possibly played like 10 years maximum, and we're discussing someone that have played over 20 22 years.
Yeah.
Um, and so I'm hearing this all out, and I was sitting here just thinking, like, when is the NBA itself going to take some credit for like viewerships being low? Because I keep hearing that it's like, a lack of competitiveness, or you know what I mean, leadership, so on and so forth. But viewership isn't the responsibility of like individual teams; it's the responsibility of the NBA. So collectively, right?
Yeah.
So if you feel like there's adjustments that needs to be made to the rule, to the play platform or layout, those are adjustments that the league is going to have to just take action on, just to make sure that NBA is looked up on as it was before. Because I'm not gonna lie, like the league has been kind of soft for the last few years. So to say that like it's only one factor or one person or two people that are down in viewership is just kind of unfair.
Yep.
And I think the league itself need to figure this out, not just blame it on LeBron or
Yeah.
individual
I
teams.
I, I agree. Mo, you want to chime in? Because
No, go ahead, go ahead.
so I agree. I think what you said, Mom, is very valid, bro. Sometimes people talk out of terms, but we also cannot dismiss the fact that the NBA is struggling, like in terms of like viewership, and also the competitive nature of the game has like decreased tremendously. So I would say that yeah, there's things that need to be fixed, but I think it takes the whole organization. It takes the players. It takes the team. It takes the commissioner, the whole NBA as a whole to make sure they fix those problems. But to just say that a leadership role is the main thing, I feel like the conehead man has something on his chest that he wanted to get off, and I think he wanted to attack this era because you're probably a fan of Bron and Kobe. You're not a fan of LeBron because people say I like the way Kobe approached the game. That's fine. I have nothing against that. Some people might not like the approach of LeBron, but obviously he's been successful. And out of every great that played this game, nobody has ever been able to play it for this long at this rate. So if we're talking about just competitiveness, I think we need to put LeBron to the side. We need to put players like Steph to the side, because to me those are the two main leaders, because those two guys been competitive since they've been in the league. They're playing till bro. Steph get mad when he lose games. Steph still get mad when he lose against LeBron.
Like one time that when Draymond got kicked out again, Steph was literally crying.
Yeah, and we literally see how Steph, whenever him and LeBron is out here dunking on niggas. Bro, last game LeBron was playing defense. He was picking niggas up. He had 3 blocks. So a nigga that's 40, that's a billionaire, that's still competing. Like, I don't agree with that. Let's just put that to the side because I don't want to make this just it's about LeBron. But I'm not.
Well,
Yeah,
I
good.
do think that's where like there's a value in was JJ Redick making a statement that he did because of
Yep.
assholes like him, right?
Yep.
Um, like I said, if the NBA puts the rules in place as far as like limiting some of the foul callings or like giving like the refs not giving them as much like power over the game as far as like throwing niggas out the game or you know people being like reprimanded for regular interactions if
Yeah,
you want
yeah.
to see it. If they put those type of leagues, I mean rules into place, people aren't gonna have any choice but to follow it because it's
Yeah,
their standard. Um,
I agree.
so and like we were talking about earlier, bro, too. I think there's different level of greatness, just like there's different level of competitiveness, right? Like I think Mike and Kobe are two special individuals that had just that kind of they're kind of maniacs when they came to being like competitive. Bron's not necessarily to that extent, at least from what I can see, but to show up every day
Yeah.
and display not perfection, but you know, like greatness for a 22-year span is valuable.
Crazy.
You got
Yeah.
to respect that.
Yep. No, that's true.
Okay.
Mo, you have something to add on?
No, I
So
agree with everything
so
you said.
so I was gonna also say that I think I seen Shannon Fry was talking about this. That the reason why the NBA is not evolving is because all this comparison, and they just stuck on like the Kobe, the
I saw
Bron.
that.
I mean the Kobe and MJ. It's like that's a different era. We're playing a different era of basketball. You got to learn how to embrace that. I even seen KG saying that. And so the thing that you said, I think that's actually a major problem. The foul calling, you're making the game soft. People can no longer express themselves. People can no longer play hard, right? So you got to kind of limit yourself. Even on defense, you kind of got to like not hand check too much, or not play physical, because somebody can just flop and just give you, just get out, get 3-4 fouls and they're sitting on the bench. So next time I go in there, I'm not going to play defense. And another thing also is the style of basketball, the shooting threes and things like that. So the NBA I feel like they were catering towards more buckets. We want to see more scoring. We want to see more highlights. We want to see more shooters and things like that. That's gonna take that's also taking like the culture of the NBA away a little bit. That take the tenacity and the effort of the game away from viewers and all of us. We can see it. We're watching it. We clearly know this man is not playing defense. And on top of that, what I would also mention is, yes, we're playing a new brand of basketball, but what they should focus on is making sure that the team, the players come and play with effort and compete. And also we need to bring back the rivalry. Like if you think about it, from Magic and Bird, when the NBA started to flourish, when they started to become prevalent, before MJ took it to another level, it was the Celtics and the Lakers. Magic versus Bird. That's all we saw. Magic, Bird, Magic. People were literally coming to see Magic lose against Bird. People wanted Bird to lose against Magic. That rivalry, Lakers versus the Celtics. I think we need to bring those things back, and we don't have that right now. Anybody said I can wait to watch LeBron go against Jason Tatum, but nobody like who.
Well, so D Wade was touching on this pause when he said that
Super pause.
Super Bowl. When he said that was that could have been part of the reason why Luka was traded to LA, is just to get that that rivalry back between the Lakers. It was more of a macro play by like the NBA and the owners.
Got you.
More so than just them not liking Luka and having a and I can also see that. But yeah, the game is definitely different than what it was. But what can people expect? People can't possibly expect the game to stay the same way. Like,
You're right.
Every sport, there's been rule changes, there's been adjustments, there's been
Different
a
players, style
variety
of
of
play.
things that's been included and taken away. So it's just on the NBA to figure that shit out, or
That's
keep
true.
losing your viewership.
You gotta adjust. But yeah, I agree.
No, facts. I agree.
Next one. Mo, you wanna go ahead?
Let's